welcome to Foodies and Spice, and it's a brand new season of Foodies and Spice. This season, I call it #Foodie Celebrate. We're going to be celebrating lots of food. Yes, it's been a very turbulent year, but thank God the year is almost coming to an end, and of course, we are alive, we are happy, we are joyful. So it's time for you to go call your friends, neighbors, family. Foodies and Spice is about to start, and we are going to be celebrating food and life this season. Okay, so for our first Foodie Celebrate episode today, we are making something very celebratory. Yes, I'm going to be celebrating my Yoruba folks today, and we are making something they love. Amala, and this Amala is going down with the cultural, colorful Amala sauces that goes with it. I'm talking about stew, Gbegiri, and Ewedu. So my ingredients are here, and I'm going to be calling all of them for you right now. For my stew, I have tomatoes, I have pepper, I have onion, I have tomato paste, and of course, I'll be using goat's meat. This is popularly known as Ogufe stew. And of course, for my Gbegiri corner, I'm using powdered beans today for the Gbegiri, which is quite easy. So I'll be using powdered beans, I'll be using palm oil, I'll be using crayfish for the Gbegiri. Now let's go to the Ewedu. This is so easy. Ewedu, also known as Jute Leaves. This leaf is the first semi-solid or solid I introduced to my kids when they were just like 5 months old. So I started giving them Amala and Ewedu at 5 months. So I have Ewedu here, and of course the Iru locust beans to pump it up. So I just heard that everything I'm about to make right now is called ABULA. So today we are celebrating ABULA in the Foodies and Spice kitchen. All right, let's begin. The first thing I'm doing now is to blend the tomatoes, pepper, and onions. I'm not using tatashe today, but I'll be using tomato paste. So I'll be leaving half bob. I'm going to chop that and put it into the oil. So our tomatoes, pepper, onions is ready, and it's time to start frying the sauce. So but just before I turn on my cooker, I'll just quickly chop this thinly. The half bulb of onion thinly. If you want to see videos of various ways of making stew, don't forget to visit www.youtube.com/Gina Ehikodi, and you see a lot of stew recipes. Now, oil in there, that should be enough. That's about 2 to 3 cooking spoons of oil. Then I'll be adding garlic just to infuse into that oil. So I drop it in there to infuse into that oil. I'll let it heat up before the onions goes in. So I'm going to add some salt to season the oil. Man, I love the aroma of garlic in oil. The next thing will be my chopped onions. Now, for more aromatics, it's just good for your stew, so that you won't be making regular stew all the time. This is a very beautiful herb for tomatoes, oregano. So I'm adding like half tablespoon there, and I'll be adding just 1 leaf of bay. I'm going to stir on that. Beautiful aroma for your stew. All right, so this is good, and the next thing that goes in now will be my tomatoes, pepper, and onions. If you have your tatashe, it also works. And to avoid long thing, I'm just going to put in my tomato paste immediately. Just stir on this and cover it to cook. When I stumbled upon powdered beans, I was very pleased. There are a lot you can do with powdered beans. If you find people who sell them online, you can do a lot with powdered beans. You can make your akara moi moi with it. So today I'm using it to make Gbegiri. So for those of you who love Gbegiri, you don't have to go through the whole process of boiling the beans till it's cooked, beating the beans or mashing it or making it all watery. Powdered beans can do that magic for you. So I'm just going to go through it very, very fast. So the first thing I'll do is to add some water to that pot. So I'll be adding about 2 cups of water to the pot. And I'll take my powdered beans. This is about half cup of the powdered beans. And I'm going to stir. Stir it and make sure there is no lump. Now while cooking it, if it gets too thick, you are allowed to add more water to your preferred consistency. I feel like adding a little bit of water, a little bit more. So your bean soup or gbegiri usually comes out light. So if you want it a bit thicker, it's fine. If you want it light, it's fine. I just lit up the cooker and I'm just going to stir and I'll allow it to cook. So while that is cooking or while that is working, I'll check on my stew again. And at this point, really looking dry. Sour taste would have been eliminated, and if you want to be sure, all you need to do is taste it. Now that the stew is ready, the next thing I'm going to add now is my meat, the goat meat. And then I'll add the stock. I'm going to stir on it. Add some water. Now for some fantastic aroma, you have to add some of that Nigerian curry. About half tablespoon is fine. Season with salt and seasoning cube. I cook that meat with seasoning cube, so I have to taste it first to be sure before I add extra seasoning cube. And this looks really good. Tastes nice, and I'll cover it to cook. So it's time for me to add the palm oil. I'll add about 1 cooking spoon. That palm oil looks good. Oh, this looks very pretty. So you just keep stirring. And of course, so that our gbegiri will not taste bland, I'm going to be adding some salt to taste and crayfish. Now this looks really easy and fast because it's blended beans. Now if you want to add seasoning cubes, you can add seasoning cubes as well. Now look at the beautiful color of this gbegiri or bean soup. So I'll allow it cook a bit. I will check on it later. Alright guys, so my gbegiri is ready after adding enough water. So like I said, if you find out that it's too thick, you can be lightening it up with water. So I added water, I added seasoning cubes, and of course salt to taste, and it is tasty. It's yum. Alright, so this gbegiri is ready. I'm going to turn it up now, and my stew too. Alright, so the stew is good, looks beautiful. So the next thing I'm going to do now that I have my stew and my gbegiri ready is get the Ewedu ready for this ABULA combination. Alright guys, so it's time for the jute leaves or Ewedu leaves. Yeah, so this Ewedu leaves is actually very known across the world really. So I fill up a bowl with water and I just wash. Now this is not the traditional style of cooking Ewedu. The traditional style, like I told you, they boil the leaves and beat with broom. Yeah, a bunch of broom. So I just add the salt to clean it. So So this is clean now, and the next thing I'm going to do is put it in my blender. Make sure you've rinsed out the sand very well. Take your leaves and just add it into your blender. It's very easy. So you add very little water, not so much. Just little water enough to move the blender. So I'll go blend it now. So I'm using the pulse side. Just pulse the leaves. And that's fine. And I'll pour it into my pan. Now, like I said, very little water. The water shouldn't be too much. And yeah, I have my iru here, the locust beans. I'm going to add about 1 tablespoon of iru. Then salt to taste. Now, this is my very fast way of making ewedu. If you do not have the broom, I don't use the broom. So, but like I hear that the broom is the local one, so that broom one should be tasty, and of course you can find some stick of brooms inside too. All right, so this is good. I'll just stir, allow it to come to a quick boil, and it will be ready. Hi guys, so it's a new season on Foodies and Spice. It's been beautiful all this year. Foodies and Spice is 7 years old this last October that just passed, and we are very grateful. So for this new season, it's hashtag Foodies Celebrate. So I'm going to be bringing some celebratory recipes throughout this period, or throughout this season. And you know this season is taking us to Christmas as well, so we're going to have our beautiful Christmas episodes very soon. Now it's time for me to read your messages. Thank you all so much, all of you that go to my YouTube. You guys are the real MVP. I enjoy reading your messages. I like the fact that we are growing on YouTube as well. So if you have not joined our YouTube community, I beg you, please join my YouTube community. All right, even if you watch on TV, if you want to catch up, you want to remember what we did, everything, the video, everything, I put it back on YouTube. So I got message from Prosper Alade. She said, hi dear Gina, I love your show. I watch it like every time it's on. Please do a recap of your Independence special, I mean the juice. Thank you, Prosper. You can also catch that episode on YouTube. I think I put it on YouTube already. Uzamaka Okafo say, lovely, thanks. And I got some ukwa. Thanks for the timely recipe. And you know, talking about this ukwa, when I put that when I put it up, especially on Facebook, because on my Facebook, wow, the reach on my Facebook, we get to over 3.7 million people, or 3.7 million reach on Facebook, like monthly over. So a lot of people saw that ukwa, and some of them were like, oh, we don't know this style, that's not the way we cook it, that's not. And I just said, try my style. I know just a few days ago I had some people who tried it and they posted it and they really liked it. So even if you don't know this style, other people cook ukwa different ways. So try this style, you would really love it. So I have so many pressures. I don't show notification gang. Thank you so much, those who just wait for my videos to drop. So if you're just watching this, please go on the notification bell and just click on it. That way, once I post a video, you will be alerted, so you'll be like the first people to watch the video. If you have questions, we can discuss it. I always reply everyone on my YouTube. Thank you all so much. I enjoy reading your messages. I truly appreciate. So let's just go back to this, our beautiful abula. Today is about abula. Abula is a celebratory dish in Yoruba land. The stew, the Gbegiri, the Ewedu, and the Amala. So you need to stick around this period and make sure that you don't miss any of these celebratory recipes. All right, so guys, let's get back. Love you all. Now, all the soup done, it's time for the Amala. This is beautiful. So Amala is something that I got introduced to as well. I'm having to move to Lagos and, you know, growing up and mixing up with other Nigerians. But in my hometown, what we do is to pound akpu, pound yam. We don't do amala. So I got to learn it. Now, it was difficult for me at first, but I found very easy ways to go around it. So I start with the cold water and I pour my amala. and I mix it very, very well till there is no lump. Now this method takes a lot of mixing, like mixing, because you don't want any of that lump. So I begin to mix. Now I've told my guys standing here watching me that when I get tired of mixing, they will come and mix, because we are eating this amala together. So when I'm done, Yinka will come and mix it, because it's looking like he's the one that will eat more of it today. Okay, so immediately your amala gathers together. I'm showing you my style. The next thing I'm going to do now is to spray it with water. Now this is where we are going to get the amala felele. The type my husband loves. Yeah. So for starters, those who do not like amala, if you want your amala to be strong like semo or fufu, you can leave it at this point. But if you want to go the felele style for the traditional Yoruba people, then you have to add some water to the consistency that you may like. Then you cover it. So at this point, I can begin to beat the amala again to get to that felele part. Now if I get tired, I have Yinka in the building. Yinka will come and help me. Okay, but this is good. This is the color of your amala. It has to be dark brown. This is the point where I'm supposed to even bring this thing down and put it in between my two legs and beat it very well. I don't know if the cameraman may have obliged me to sit on the floor and beat this very well. So but let's just manage. Let's manage. The amala is beautiful. I've tried today. It's not easy to make ABULA like stew, Gbegiri, Ewedu plus the amala. This calls for a big celebration, and don't forget, this season is #foodie celebrations. So we're going to have a lot of celebratory recipes this season. Amala done, time to serve. That serving is beautiful. You don't want to miss it. Let's go check it out. Time to talk about this our ABULA. ABULA consists of amala, Gbegiri, Ewedu and stew. It's fantastic. This is celebration in any Yoruba party. If you cook rice in a Yoruba party and this one appears, everybody will leave your rice and they will eat the ABULA. Mr. Kweyemi, what do you think?
You see, every time I go to parties,
yeah,
or when I'm coming from work, my wife says it is ABULA we're having for dinner. The way I step on that car,
throttle.
On the throttle, just make sure I get one time. You know, in the Yoruba, for example, a party without ABULA is not a party.
It's not a party.
No matter the number of alcohol or drinks, when ABULA shows up at your party,
that means the party has started.
This is the life of the party.
This is the juju music of
if
the
you
party.
want to, back in school, if your girlfriend, my wife now, she's coming to visit me then.
Yeah.
And I prepared this for her. Trust me, there's nothing I have so that she won't give to me.
Oh.
So the way to Yoruba man's heart
is ABULA. Is ABULA.
ABULA.
With Ogunfe.
Now the Ogunfe part. Now
yeah.
Ogunfe is premium.
Yeah, it's premium.
So if you cannot afford the Ogunfe, put mama, put fish, put anything. But maybe this is for like birthday celebration.
Yeah.
Maybe she just said yes. You propose and said yes. Prepare this for that guy. Come on. Or probably your in-laws are coming to visit you. Prepare this ABULA for them. They would love you, their daughter-in-law. They will take care of you. So, Nigeria is so blessed.
Yeah.
And we have the right set of food.
Well, sure we do.
We have, every season goes with a particular meal.
Yeah.
But for ABULA, it goes with all season. Either Easter, either Christmas, either birthday, whatever the ceremony is.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, and it's quite interesting. It's alright, guys. Don't miss any episode of Foodies and Spice and catch up on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Love you all so much. See you next week. Let's keep enjoying our ABULA. Alright? Love you.
Bye.
Bye.